Welcome foodies! And in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to make a low carb and sugar-free blueberry pie. So to start, we're going to be making the crust of the pie, and for that you're going to be needing 3/4 cup of coconut flour, 3/4 cup of almond flour, half a teaspoon of sea salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then just whisk it until there are no more lumps and everything's evenly combined. After you've done whisking the dry ingredients, add 4 large eggs, 1 cup of unsalted butter that has been melted and cooled, and then just whisk everything together. It was getting a little hard to stir with the whisk, so I did change to a spatula. And just a heads up, depending on how large your eggs are, you might have to add a tiny bit more coconut or almond flour to achieve this dough-like consistency. And once you're done mixing, you can just set the dough off to the side. So here I have this greased pie tin. I've just sprayed it with a little bit of cooking oil. So now I'm just going to take half of the dough and place it inside the pan. And I'm just going to spread it out with my fingers, using a little bit of water to prevent the dough from sticking to my hands. And you don't have to make this perfect, just do your best to try and make it look even. And when you're done, just place the pie shell in the fridge to chill. So for the top part of the pie, I'm just going to be rolling it out on a silicone mat to make it easier to transfer onto the pie. And then I'm just going to wet the surface of the silicone mat a little bit just to prevent the dough from sticking to it when we roll it out. Now I'm just taking the second half of the dough that we did not already put in the pan and placing it on the silicone mat. I'm just using my hands to kind of form it into a little ball just to make it easier to roll out. Now I'm just taking a separate silicone mat and doing the same thing I did with the first one, wiping it with some water to prevent it from sticking to the dough. And I also put a little bit of water on the dough as well. Next, place your silicone mat on top of the dough, and then you can use your rolling pin to roll it out. This is a really handy trick that you can use with a lot of different types of dough to prevent your rolling pin from sticking to the dough. Just to clarify, you don't have to use silicone mats. Parchment paper is completely fine. I just feel like in this recipe, because we have to transfer the dough on top of the pie, it's easier to have something that's a little bit sturdier, a little bit firmer, such as a silicone mat, to help you. And once you're done, you can just transfer the silicone mats onto a pan and put them in the fridge to chill. Moving on, we're going to start on the filling. So in a medium pot over medium heat, combine half a cup of sugar substitute, 2 tablespoons of arrowroot powder, and just mix it up until it's well combined. Add half a cup of water, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and then mix everything up until it's well combined. Now, depending on how large your pie is, add 2 to 3 cups of fresh or frozen blueberries. Now cook this mixture over medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes until the blueberries are soft and the sauce has thickened. And if you want a little bit of a runnier texture with your filling, you can add a tiny bit of water just to thin it out a little bit, and your filling should look something like this. Once it's done cooking, you can take it off the heat and set it aside. Now pour your filling into the pie shell that we made earlier. It should be pretty chilled. It's okay if the pie filling is still a little hot, and now you just want to chill that too, just to cool it off a little bit. And now take out the top part of the dough and start peeling off these silicone mats, and then you can just kind of like flip it on there. The silicone mat makes it really easy. Cut off the excess and then poke some ventilation holes. Once you're done, you can just kind of smush down the edges and then bake it at 350 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on, again, how large your pie is. And now I'm just taking a little bit of the syrup part of the blueberry filling I had saved from earlier and just drizzling it on top of the pie to make it look a little bit more presentable. And now you're done! Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video.